Hello, strong people. It is week 7, day 2 of preparation for Strongman Corporation Nationals. Today, we're pole vaulting. I'm just kidding. Do I look like I pole vault? We're actually throwing sandbags again, because that's what this channel is all about. I only throw sandbags. All jokes aside, I've done a couple sets already. They're feeling pretty mediocre. I did misread the program once again. It was supposed to be, I fixed it before I did my working sets, but I thought it was like 60. I thought it was an overload day for bags, which was not right. So I checked the program. It's supposed to be 30-pound bags instead of 60 or 70. So I poured out some sand, and now we're here. We're ready to go. I already did a couple sets. I think I said that. Either way, I don't really like Sandbag anymore. I did at first. I don't like it now. But you should stick around for the deadlifts after this, because I'm going to be miserable. I looked ahead. It's 8 sets of 2 at 5:15 with less than 30 seconds rest between sets. So that's going to be awful. So stick around and enjoy my misery. Sandbags are done. They went pretty well today. It seems like I discover some sort of new technical issue every week. This one I had kind of had in mind, moving just through Sandbag from the last prep cycle to this prep cycle. I pull a lot harder with my left arm than I do my right. And I noticed more so on the second to last set today. Because I've always noticed it, but I never really put 2 and 2 together. But when I throw the sandbag, I throw it up and to the left more. It always lands on the left side of the yoke behind me. Which means I should have thought of this before, but it means I'm pulling with one side more than the other. Which means I'm missing out on some force production there. If I'm only using one arm to pull and it's pulling to that side, that means I'm not using the other side efficiently, and I'm missing out on some force that I can apply directly into the sandbag. I can probably attribute that to playing baseball for a long time. Baseball it creates a lot of imbalances from left to right if you're strictly right-handed or strictly left-handed. And obviously, if you're catching with your left arm, throwing with your right arm, when you throw, you create some torsion in your upper body by pulling with your left side, pushing with your right, kind of. I know it's not exactly that, but my body wants to apply that to sandbag just because that's what I know, and it's not right. I need both arms working together to pull at the same time as I release the sandbag. So when I focused on that in the last set or 2, I could tell a difference. I don't know if it mattered height-wise. I don't know if it really mattered like physically. I don't know if I threw it higher, further, or whatever. But I was able to get the sandbag more up and over the center, and as long as I focused on pulling with my right side as evenly as I could with my left. And I think I noticed a difference. So I'm going to keep that up for the next few weeks. It just makes sense to pull evenly with both arms in that type of movement. It doesn't make any sense to pull only with one side of the arm, only with one side of the body. So I'm definitely going to keep that up moving forward. Even talk to my coach about it, see what he thinks, see if he's noticed it before. But now we got deadlifts, so let's get moving. Deadlifts are done. Those weren't nearly as bad as I anticipated them being. And I'm pretty sure I did something like that with a straight bar, like a deadlift bar or something, a while back. I remember it being much worse. I don't know. I understand trap bar is quite a bit easier, so that's probably why. There was slight miscommunication between me and my timer, aka my wife. At rep 4 or set 4, I was like, was that 4? Making sure. And about 20 seconds went by, and I'm like waiting for the 10, 20, 25-second marker, and I didn't hear anything. I look over, and she's like, what? I was like, I'm still going. I'm halfway done. She's like, oh. And then so I was a little bit late on set, going into set 5, but it's not the end of the world. I kind of did everything at 20 seconds rather than 30 seconds, so it made up. I'd say it made up for it anyway. But it's a deload week. Still getting the motion down. It's nice to practice form a little bit more on the trap bar because I don't think I've nailed it quite yet. It's obviously, this is my first time prepping for a competition with it, so I've used frame before, a high frame, and that's fairly similar. But at this height, it's kind of a different animal. It's at that weird like no man's land height that a lot of people call it, that 13-inch height. I think the kabuki at competition is technically like 12.75 inches or whatever, but it doesn't matter that much. So it's tough to start. It's hard to get some pop off the floor there, but if it leaves the floor, I think it's going. So that's good. But I don't know what I have next. It's I don't think I have RDLs today. I think it's shrugs, some reverse hyper, I think, and maybe some abs core work. You guys might see something. If not, I'll do another little closeout here in a few minutes. I'll see you guys then. That's the end of week 7, day 2. Honestly, I forgot to record everything else, so you got sandbags and deadlifts today. You're welcome. Kind of a look inside what a deload week looks like a little bit. Not too exciting, but that doesn't mean it's not important. I could definitely tell that I needed one, so that's a huge win. When you get close to big competitions like this, the training sessions themselves they could take 3.5 hours. My event days take over 4. So that can be pretty mentally draining on top of just trying to recover every day. It's a lot, but I like the challenge. But deload weeks are a huge win. I don't usually like it because they're kind of boring, but I'm liking this one for sure. So I don't have much else to say other than I smell and I need food, which is pretty much how every workout ends. So I'm consistent. You can't say I'm not that. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.